For today's writing lesson, we are looking at mentor sentences. Now, we use mentor sentences all the time in class, and the reason we use them is to improve our own writing. So, our learning intention is I am learning to use mentor sentences to improve my writing. And to be successful, I can notice some things about a sentence. That might be adjectives, nouns, verbs, punctuation, or ambitious vocabulary. I can label different parts of the sentence. I can explain what makes it a great sentence. I can imitate the sentence using punctuation, adjectives, verbs, nouns, and also ambitious vocabulary. And I can reflect upon my classmates' sentences. Now, normally our reflection would occur in the classroom, and it might be a little bit of a challenge here online, but we're going to try and trial a couple of different things and see how we go. So, our mentor sentence is from our new book, which is called Mystery of the Min Min Lights. I'm going to read the part of the book that our sentence is from, and you can see that it's highlighted here in yellow. So here we go. Wendy cocked her head and studied the branches. The noise seems to come from two skinny legs wrapped around a thick tree branch. Wendy caught a glimpse of blonde curls and a red sports jersey in between the broad emerald leaves. "Want a chewy?" the voice called down. "Do I want a what?" "A chewy," the voice said. Wendy heard the leaves rustling. "Catch!" Wendy bit her nail again. She watched a small purple rectangle flutter down from the leaves. So let's look at invitation to notice. Now, for this lesson, you will need your sheet from your pack, your green pack, that is for mentor sentences, and it will be printed saying Wendy heard the leaves rustling. So I'm just going to give you a second to grab that sheet and you can glue it into your book. You might like to pause the video now while you do so. Okay, so when we look at invitation to notice, we are looking for some specific things. And if we look at our success criteria, we can be successful by noticing one thing, or even more successful by noticing many things. What do you notice? If you said capital letter at the beginning of the sentence, I'm very proud of you. Well done. Make sure you circle that on your page. Perhaps there's some other punctuation that you've noticed and you'd like to circle that also. Now, there are some other parts of speech that we might like to think about, or you might be thinking about visualizing, and you can see in your brain the leaves rustling, and you would write down visualizing. So as this is the first time we've done this online, I've put a little bit of a reminder here for you to fill in and notice for the invitation to notice section. You're going to think about punctuation, adjectives, nouns, verbs, visualizing, and perhaps how does this sentence make you feel? Pause the video now while you write down your notes about what you noticed about this sentence. Okay, let's move on to invitation to label. Now, to be successful here, we need to explain what makes this sentence a great sentence. We need to be able to label one part of the sentence, or you might be able to label many parts of this sentence, thinking about adjectives, nouns, verbs, punctuation, and ambitious vocabulary. Now, you will need your coloured pencils. If you found a noun, that would be a name of a person, a place, or a thing, you need your blue Zoom or your blue pencil, and you can colour in that word that you think is a noun. If you found a verb, that's an action word or something that someone does, that needs to be coloured in red. You'll need your green pencil to colour in adjectives. These are the words that describe things, so they describe nouns. For a bit of a super challenge for our green group writers, we're going to look at pronouns. Now this will be purple. A pronoun replaces a noun, so instead of having the name Mrs. Wells, the pronoun would be she or her. You might have them, they, you, I, me. So that's a bit of a challenge there. Purple, pronoun. And of course, Kung Fu punctuation. We love to play that game. If you find any punctuation, you need to circle the punctuation. Pause the video and finish off labeling your sentence. Invitation to imitate. To be successful here, I can imitate the sentence using correct punctuation and parts of speech, and also, I can imitate the author's style of writing to create a brand new sentence using my own words. Now you will notice on your sheet there are two different sentences. Well, they're the same sentence, but there are two different sentences because some words have been removed. So, this first one says, Wendy heard the leaves something. Now, the original sentence had rustling. But I think you could find another word which could be just as good as rustling. And you would write that on the blank line. Perhaps you want to up-level yourself and challenge yourself. Wendy something, so instead of heard, Wendy something, the leaves something. I wonder what words you could replace in here. And for our super challenge writers, you might write your sentence a completely new sentence. So you might not say Wendy, you might say your own name or somebody else's name and write a similar sentence using adjectives, nouns, punctuation, and ambitious vocabulary. Take your time to write your sentence and make sure you have a good look and see if you can edit it. Take a photo and submit it to the portfolio in Class Dojo. Now, this will be the showcase, and normally in class we would have students come up to the front and demonstrate their sentence and tell us why they think their sentence is a great sentence, and we reflect on other people's sentences in the class. So, what I'm hoping to do is next week when we do a new sentence, I can actually showcase sentences from this week that everyone did and choose just some, maybe two really great sentences where I think people have done a really good job at writing their sentence so that we can all learn from each other. So hopefully you're working really hard to write a fantastic sentence and it will be your sentence that gets put into the showcase.